Hi, this is Praios and I'm a professional gambler and I wonder, oh, there it is. So let's switch it to, sorry for that, to here. So now you can also see me. Yeah, today I want to make another stream about the reality of playing poker professionally. Again, I want to look into a video from someone else and make some comments. Never heard of the guy, but it was recommended to me and it has a lot of clicks, so I expect this to be a good video, but yeah, might be wrong, so let's jump into it. Yeah, shout out to Jeff Boski, who is a video creator, and yeah, the title of the video is The Truth About Playing Poker for a Living. So let's get into it.
What's up, guys? Jeff Boski here. Exactly 3 years ago today, I released my first YouTube poker vlog. It wasn't pretty. I shot it in World Star Hip Hop mode.
Thick hair, by the way. Yeah, you don't missing much, but yeah, what you can't see is, what is it? It's like him driving in a car and showing some cash.
It was short, but the ending was a happy one. 3 years later, I'm still pumping out videos, almost 400 in total, and I want to thank you guys for joining in on the party and getting a glimpse into what it looks like to be a professional poker player. Not just a professional poker player, a professional tournament poker player.
Oh no, he's a professional tournament poker player, but maybe the stuff he's saying might be helpful anyways. Because yeah, I hate tournaments. I don't play tournaments, and yeah, but maybe we can learn something about tournaments. By the way, I love the background. These are Magic the Gathering designs, and I think he has a necropotence, as you can see in the picture here. And he has like the book of something, but Chaos Orb, Sun Ring. Is it Sun Ring? It's Soul Ring. Jusum Jin. I'm not in his collection, it seems, but yeah, so I'm also nerdy regarding Magic.
The most volatile of all the formats, debatably the most soul-crushing, the biggest emotional roller coasters, the highest highs, the lowest lows.
Not sure if that's true, but maybe because, yeah, I mean, it's such a huge difference if you finish like just in the money or out of the money, and finishing first in the big tournaments. It's like 100 or 1,000 times the money you get. So yeah, you might be right. But I think it might actually be the case that nowadays tournaments are the format that is most profitable. But yeah, don't quote me on this because I obviously cannot judge, because I can't play poker professional anymore because most sites banned me, and yeah, so this might not be true, but I have the suspicion that this is the case.
You almost have to be bipolar to be successful in this line of work. In this video, I'm going to go over all of the traits that you must have in order to survive as a professional tournament poker player.
Okay, this sounds interesting. Probably is also true for cash game players like me. So let's see what he has to say.
Playing poker tournaments for a living is extremely difficult. There are many factors that can make this an unprofitable or even an
a hard way to make an easy living.
Sustainable venture. The first trait you must possess is you need to be a better player than your opponents over the long run. Of course, you could just win the $1,000 tournament at the World Series of Poker.
Yeah, you definitely have to put in a lot of work, more work than most people think. It's not just sitting at the tables and play. You have to analyze your play constantly and have to get better because your competition isn't sleeping and also is improving constantly. And yeah, the poker theory also is evolving all the time. And yeah, since the solvers got invented, poker became a lot more tougher, and yeah, even the bad players now have an easy way to become relatively good in the game. So let's continue.
Poker for 400,000 and never play again, lock up the profit, and enjoy the sweet taste of victory. That's highly improbable. You're going to have to play many tournaments to fully understand the nuances that comes with.
I wonder about his dress code too. I mean, I want to have a convenient, comfortable clothes, and I most of the time wear like, oh, what is it called? It's not trekking suit. It's called, yeah, I mean the trousers that are very, very comfortable. What is the name? I should do my English vocabulary. What the fuck? What's the word? Yeah. Sorry for that, by the way. Give me a like for that. For not knowing the English vocabularies. Oh, sweet pants, obviously. Sorry for that. Oh, we have a commentary. Looks like the lawyer you forgot to call back. Yeah, apparently he's not a lawyer. He's a professional poker tournament player.
With being a professional tournament poker player. Let's talk about the intangible skills needed to be a successful professional tournament poker player. Number one is,
by the way, thanks for tuning in and for commentating, Robbie.
Bankroll management. The old saying, it takes money to make money. This is no different when it comes.
Yeah, he might make more money with his poker blog because he has like 50k subscribers. And this probably is making him some money. Maybe he's also making money with his magic collection, as already mentioned before. But yeah, the dress code is insane. I mean, I don't know any other poker player showing up like this.
To no limit Texas Hold'em tournaments. You put up your buy-in, and whatever happens, happens. You might lose 100% of it. You might win 5,000% of it back. There is a small chance that you could get staked or backed for a given tournament. But let's talk about using your own money. In general, I would recommend a bankroll of 200 buy-ins, 200 average buy-ins to be precise. So you might play a $100 tournament, you might play a $500 tournament.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds conservative, I would say, but as I said, I don't know much about tournaments. I think I heard something like 50 or 100 buy-ins, and he goes an even conservative route. But yeah, if you want to be better safe when sorry. Yeah, that's the saying.
But over 20 or 50 tournaments, if your average buy-in is $200, that is what we're going to calculate the amount of buy-ins that you need in order to sustain and ride the swings, to embrace the variance, to lower your risk of ruin.
Does anyone know if this guy is a live tournament player or an online tournament player?
For all you math experts out there, $200 times 200, that's $40,000 that you need in order to withstand the swings, and you still might go broke. You could just go on a huge downswing. You could just tilt off your roll in the...
I think it's very unlikely when you are good, if you have that comfortable of a bankroll, to go broke. I mean, then you have to be a tilt monkey, and then the profession is nothing for you.
Hits or on sports bets one day. You can get drunk, go to the strip club and lose.
I mean, all the things he's mentioning is just stupid, and no professional should do that. I'm not sure anymore if he is a professional, but let's continue.
A few grand. All these things add up. Many people aspire to be a professional poker player because they love playing the game. They don't like their current job, so they could just quit their job, have fun playing poker winning money.
I also loved the game in the beginning, but this changed quite rapidly, and then I also only regarded it as a job and was very tilted, and yeah, it wasn't fun anymore. And I also don't miss playing poker. I mean, I played in the beginning of the year and then stopped one day to another, and yeah, don't miss it at all. So I'm probably not addicted. So that's good.
And being their own boss. Sounds great, in theory. But not only do you have to be a witty player, you have to win at a rate that far exceeds the rake, taxes, and various expenses that come with the job.
Yeah, that's true, but you should ideally be as resistant of a country where it's tax-free. There are a lot in the world. So yeah, don't go to one of the few places where you have to pay money on gambling. So don't be in Germany, for example. I think the US is also bad. So, but yeah, I mean, if you have family and friends there, maybe you have no choice, but yeah. If you can, don't be in countries where it's taxable income.
Food, clothing, travel, health insurance, all these things people don't really think about before they make.
The good thing about health insurance, you don't need to have it in the US. Yeah, just joking.
Take the leap. Dive into the deep end that is professional tournament poker. Stability is one of the biggest concerns of being a professional tournament poker player. I've lost at least one girlfriend who said that my job was not stable enough for her liking, and she couldn't see herself being with someone that could win 12K one month and lose 4K the next month. Even though that's a net profit of $4,000 per month, losing the $4,000 hurt her more than me winning the $12,000.
Fuck her! She can go to hell. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, it's basically the same if you are an entrepreneur. You might also have bad months and good months, and in the start it might be a very bumpy ride, but yeah, in the end it just matters what you make on average. Doesn't matter if one month is green and the other is red.
Would have rather seen me have a 9-to-5 job making $20 an hour. That steady, dependable income is what people strive for. It's what they're brought up to get.
Yeah, I mean, I don't quite understand it, but actually it's really the case that many people are very risk averse and just want a 9-to-5 job that slowly kills them. But yeah, this is not for me.
Most people can't handle the volatility of gambling for a living. Let's talk about the mental game. Tilt control is
mental game is a very important aspect, and there's not put enough emphasis on that on most poker sites and in most videos. It's very important. You can be the best poker player in the world, but if you don't have a good mental game, you will probably still not make it.
Very important. You have to be emotionally stable through the highs and lows, not only when you're sitting at the table, not only when you're playing 4 tables online, but during your off time also. Life comes at you quick.
He's only playing 4 tables online. That's not much, but yeah, if he's mainly a live rec, this might already be too much for him.
And if you don't stop and look around once in a while, it's going to pass you right by. Also, life's going to kick you in the balls a lot, and that can start a chain reaction of horrible decisions that is really going to ruin your life. Never act irrationally on the tables or away from the tables. I know easier said than done.
Kill control is a thing in the left bottom corner.
But just think about this when life throws you a curveball. Whether your dog dies, your girlfriend breaks up with you, you get a flat tire, a guy sucks out on you for a 600,000 chip pot on the final table bubble, you can't just spew it off. You can't take a couple shots, dump a few grand in the pits, hit the strip club, make some sports bets, drive home drunk.
Yeah, but that's actually what most people think poker is about and how we professionals live. But yeah, that's actually not the case. Why not? What do you mean by why not? Yeah, sounds like a good life, but it's hard to not go broke if you live this kind of life, is what he's saying. I mean, it's a good life, but you have to be good, very, very good to cover these expenses.
Get a DUI, lose your license, and then what? Avoid the chain reaction at all costs.
Don't drive drunken, guys.
Let's talk about tournament selection. This is very important, especially when you're in Las Vegas around the World Series of Poker time. There are 5 to 10 casinos within 10 miles of each other that all have great tournaments to choose from.
I think most likely you can play every tournament in the VSOP, and soft. The fields will be soft every single time. If you just know the basics of the game, this is probably already enough.
There might be a $200 at the Golden Nugget, a $500 at the Win, $1,000 at the World Series of
So bad, but you cannot multi-table in live events.
Poker. Depending on your bankroll and skill level, you have to make the correct decision. In this scenario, a 200, a 500, and a 1,000, you have to realize all the other players are aware of these tournaments. If they're a top tier regular, they're going to gravitate towards the biggest buy-in. Their ego might be bigger than their bankroll. But in general, you want to tournament select. You want to play against weak players. I know I get this all the time. I'm tired of playing against these donkeys. They just suck out on me. Well, yeah, that's going to happen. That's because they're...
I love playing donkeys, even if they suck out on me from time to time.
They're playing bad and they're putting their money in bad, and sometimes they will win. Most of the time, you will win in these situations, but you don't factor that in. You don't realize it in the moment. You just remember the bad beats. You don't remember the bad beats that you put on others, and you don't remember the hands that hold up, or the queens versus ace king.
Selective memory.
That you win. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to win that. But when they hit their ace king, you're like, oh, lucky hit. Ace king's a drawing hand. You got to have the right mindset. You got to tournament select. You got to.
If I had to say if he's majorly playing online or live, I would say he's a live player. Yeah, it sounds like the most generic poker guide ever. But the title actually is The Truth About Playing Poker for a Living. So this is more targeting the recreationals, I guess. Not that many pros probably watch it to the end, but I most likely will.
To know where the bread is buttered. Just like any occupation, when it comes to playing poker for a living, you gotta love it. And I mean really love it. I mean, wake up every day eager to play.
Yeah, I think, yeah, okay, he might be right. So you have to love your job, is what he's saying. And I know many people that are still okay or good in their job and doing well, even if they don't like it or if they even hate it. I also didn't like poker that much anymore, but it helps a lot if you have a passion for it. And then you will also be way more motivated to learn and get into theory and stuff. So yeah, it helps, but I think it's not necessary.
Eager to learn, eager to discuss hands with your friends and fellow pros.
Yeah, with the solvers, it's not that important anymore to discuss hands with other guys. It was back in the day, so yeah. The picture becoming even more clear that he probably is a live pro.
It must consume you for you to rise to the top. Do you think LeBron James just grew up and just casually played basketball? No.
It's two basketball dudes, so it doesn't matter that you can't see them both.
He loved the game. He aspired to be the greatest. You have to put 100% into it. You have to obsess about it. Obsessing about something and love.
Self-actualization is a thing that stands there.
Loving it is the combination that you need in order to get to the top of whatever occupation you choose. Hard work pays off, but also work smarter. Now,
he's talking like someone who raced to the top, but I think he probably did not. At least I don't know anything about him. How is this? What is the name of this dude? Let's look him up. Jeff Boski. I guess this is his real name. Jeff, Boski, Hendon Mob. Okay, is this? No, okay. He has an own website. We don't want to go there. Want to see his results. Okay, he's not doing that bad, but it's also not great. Best live cash is 61k, and total winnings is 934k. He is place 1372. I mean, this also does not tell you how much he paid in buy-ins, but it's not looking that great, to be honest. Looks like he has no first place finishes. Okay. Maybe it's time to turn it off, but let's see. Give him some more time.
Sometimes it's better to pay somebody to help promote your brand or to do some work that you don't want to do, and your time is worth more than you're going to pay this person. Whether it's a maid to clean your house, whether it's the poop magician to pick up your dog poop. $1 a day keeps the poop away. That's the price I'm willing to pay. Let's talk about honesty. You have to be honest with yourself. One of the toughest things about dealing with a downswing is realizing if you're playing bad,
self-accountability,
or you're running bad, or a combination of the two.
Yeah, that's definitely very important. So you have to realize when you are just in a downswing or if you are just too bad for the game you are playing in. Very true.
This is when it's good to have good friends, fellow pros that are also winning players that you can discuss hands with that are going to be honest with you.
So your friends should tell you. Okay. I mean, often it's very hard to tell. I also had like heads-up matches where I played someone where I was dropping like 20 buy-ins or even more, and I was like, fuck it, this guy's so bad. But at some point I just quit because I was like, okay, maybe he has something on me. Maybe he has a Trojan on my computer or something seems to be wrong. It's just not worth it to risk more money, especially if it's very high stakes.
They're not going to sugarcoat it and say, oh, unlucky, bro. Chalk it up as a cooler.
Don't be surrounded by yes men. Yeah, I think not that important to have other people to discuss shit with if you are good in analyzing things. Good old Ultima bet. Ultimate bet, probably. Yeah, this was great poker side. If you don't look into the super user scandal, but other than that, it was very fishy. I think I probably had one of my biggest winning days on Ultimate Bet when I played someone on 5k heads up PLO. This was fun. I won like 20 stacks or even more. This was very good day.
You want them to say, no, you can't do this. That's a bad check raise. Just check fold the river. You missed a great bluff spot.
Solvers, man. Solvers. We have solvers for this. I mean, you can't use solvers against very bad people, or you should not, because they play their plays so much off from optimal strategy where you have to make other adjustments. But yeah, if it's against solid racks, a solver should give you the... How old is this clip? 2 years. It's also 2 years. I think solvers were already around there, so yeah. Okay.
A lot of people don't like taking advice from others.
By the way, if you put in the topic like I did, the reality of playing poker professional or something like that, this is the first hit that comes up on the YouTube search.
But these are the people that you need around you to make you a better player, to change your mental state. If you're leaking, you need someone to let you know you're leaking. In order to truly be a professional.
Also very important, you need to be able to see when you did something wrong, and also to adjust to that and learn from your mistakes. Many people can't do that, and that's a very bad character trait, and also a very bad character trait for poker players who need to learn constantly.
Tournament poker player, you have to be able to see your win rate over the long run. If you are primarily...
Yeah, hard to get a big sample on live tournaments.
Live poker player, it's tough to see your true win rate when it comes to tournaments.
True.
There might be 1 or 2 tournaments that you can play on a given day. So you're looking at, 3 to 7.
2 tournaments is a lot. I mean, sometimes it's multi-day tournaments. I can't even imagine that this is profitable. He talked about average buy-in $200. How should this be profitable? I mean, you are sitting at the table whole day, investing $200. Also need to pay gas to get there. Probably have some other cost like beverage and food and stuff. So how should this ever be possible to be profitable?
$100 a year if you don't take any days off. Good luck. Good luck getting that much volume in, and it's still not a good enough sample size. It's much easier to realize your true win rate or hourly or ROI in a given tournament size if you play online on a site like America's Card Room. I've been playing there for a couple of years, and you can see my graph right here. Pretty decent sample size, but not anywhere near as
Bam, he's a
as the
killer.
volume that I was able to put in on Tinder. 14 years ago, I quit my full-time job as a manager of a communications company. Hiring, firing, training, running a sales...
That's why he has this suit on. Probably took it over from his old job and think he still needs that.
...force of over 20 people while going to University of Michigan full-time. I quit my job and dropped out of college because I loved poker. I not only loved it, I
Yeah, you probably would have made more. You're right, I guess.
saw that I was very profitable in it. It's a big leap to take. It's a big risk. But if you follow your heart...
But you don't know how much he's making from YouTube. I mean, this clip has like 100k clicks. And what is the ratio? It's like 1,000 clicks is like... What is it? I don't remember anymore. Is it like $2, $5, whatever? So he probably did not make that much. So yeah, okay, $4. So he made $4,000 with this clip, and he has 500 videos in total. So YouTube is probably more profitable for him when playing live. Oh yeah, 400, you are right. My math is off today, but if he has 500 videos, he probably makes kind of good money. No, okay, no. I think 4,000 is right, or is it? No. 400 is right. Yeah. We can see the total number of views on his YouTube page. Yeah, we can check later.
And have a little bit of logic behind your reasoning.
Or I check on the
site.
site.
Decision too. I'm not advocating quitting your job or dropping out of college to play poker for a living. Don't get it twisted. I did this 14 years ago, right after the moneymaker boom. It was prime time. As you can see from my Tinder graph, relative to the stakes, I started off very slow. I was a bankroll nit. I didn't have much money to gamble with, so I stayed.
He has almost 13 million people clicking his videos. So what is this? We have... so it's not making that much, like... Oh, okay, but it's okay. How many years is he doing it? So 13k, if it's €1, it's so about 60k if my math isn't off again. So 60k he made from his YouTube video. Oh, but he's doing it for like almost 10 years now, so it's not that great. By the way, is this his most successful video? Sort by popularity. Las Vegas Strip Club is his best video. Maybe he should focus on this sort of topics more. Okay, Mike Postal Hands. Yeah, but this is one of his... Yeah, he's constantly getting a good amount of views.
In the lower stakes, really learning more and more about the game before taking shots, before moving up in the buy-ins. $3.
Don't say that 50k subs is nothing. I got 1k only.
Freeze outs, $3 rebuys, $10 freeze outs, $5 rebuys, occasionally a $20 or $30 tournament online. But of course, thanks to Tinder, I could play 20 to 50 tournaments a day, no problem. 180 man, sit and goes, anything you can.
I have 356 videos and 1.2k subs. Shit.
Think of, they had it. So I spent most of my days and nights and crazy sleep schedules just grinding on Tinder, learning more and more about the game, trying out different moves, seeing what works.
What is Tinder? Isn't Tinder for getting dates and one-night stands?
Studying and slowly progressing as a player. As it turns out, my biggest hurdle was the money. Putting up $20 and losing it in one hand.
I think it's unlikely that I get there.
Never felt good to me, and I think it affected my play. I'd be afraid to put in that third barrel of a bluff. I'd be afraid to put in the warm 4-bet pre-flop.
Yeah, you shouldn't be scared money. You should take the most EV line all the time, even if you are scared.
If a guy was re-stealing from me, I wouldn't want to chase the flush draw.
He also said that he started in the money maker boom year, so I think 900k is not that much in total life earnings if he started that early in the good old days. Yeah, 2003, that's crazy, man. You probably could have made a lot more in cash game if you are very, very good, or if you are only decent is enough if you started on these days.
I was getting great odds because I didn't want to lose my $20. On top of that, if I was lucky enough to knit it up and make it to the final table, this is when I looked at the payouts and then it hit me. This is when I got nervous. This is when I tightened up even more, just folding, hoping for the next pay jump, not keeping my eye on the prize. You want to play to win.
Yeah, I think Doc Polk talked about this. He said that he was always playing for the win, and I think that's not a bad strategy, especially because many people play like him. So they are very scared. They are just looking to get like 2 more people eliminated so that they have a few more pay jumps, and they are very nitty. And if you are a bully in this stage, you probably maximize your EV. Although this might not be, what is it called? ICM, Independent Ship Model, yeah. Not optimal according to Independent Ship Model. Is it Independent Ship Model? ICM. I mean, it's ICM, but not sure for what it stands, but I think I'm 70% right.
And I wasn't doing this adequately. I wasn't losing, but as you can see, over 1,000.
It also looks like, I don't know if it's also in the time. So he won, and then he went down a lot. So he probably wasn't studying enough, or is just not good enough to win in today's games. Because in the end, it's going downhill a lot.
Thousands of tournaments, my win rate was not great. The big breakthrough for me was when I learned to disregard the buy-in.
Okay, his big breakthrough. It doesn't look like a breakthrough when the graph isn't going exponential. Because, yeah, if you have a breakthrough, you can also afford bigger buy-ins and make better placements on average. And then the curve should look exponential and not like exploding in the end and going down even.
Still practice good bankroll management, but not sweat the buy-in after I've already registered. Just play it as a video game. Treat the chips like play money. I'm playing a video game. The goal is to win everybody's chips. If that happens, I win a prize. Only then would I look at...
I hope I will not get flagged, because if he sees this video, he's probably not happy with the things we said in here.
what I want.
And I don't have his permission to use his content.
This helped me immensely. And as you can see, in 2008, I believe, everything clicked. I was one of the pioneers of the min-raise pre-flop. Combined with that and all the fundamentals I picked up.
Okay, this graph actually... okay, this was not the complete graph, so it really clicked. But yeah, in the end, he's not doing that well anymore. Total, what is this thing saying? Total what? Profit. Okay, when it's total profit, it's actually deducting the entry fee, I guess. But yeah, it looks like that he was 2008. He probably did very well until like 2010 maybe, and then it's just a flat line. So he needs to put in some more work or get a new profession. And what the fuck happened to my face? Why I'm so blurry? Hello, camera. Get the focus back, please. What is going on with this fucking thing? Okay, that's better now.
Mass tabling in the previous years, I went on a heater. The first week of August 2009, I won the Tinder nightly $162 tournament for, I believe, $25,000. And the very next night, I won the Tinder $320 tournament for around $50,000. Combined with a few wins in the $3 rebuy and $10 rebuy, I had my first $100,000
he's bragging.
profit month. August 2009 is a month I'll never forget. It was a great month. I would like to relive it like Groundhog Day, but alas, here we are. That heater continued pretty much up until 2010, flatlined for a while, and then April 15th, 2011.
Yeah, 2010, that's what I guessed.
Was a day that will go down in infamy.
Black Friday, I guess.
A date which will live in infamy.
It was our Black Friday. The government shut down Full Tilt, UB, and Tinder. The DOJ seized the domains. They took our...
What the fuck is Tinder?
...jobs.
They took our jobs! They took our jobs! They took our jobs!
And they gave us no information as to if these sites would ever come back. Now I had a decision to make. Should I pursue...
They didn't came back, at least not yet, but now there are some poker sites in the US. At least we all got our money back. That's a good thing, I guess.
...do another career? Should I wait patiently and hope that these online sites come back and the US government realizes that they can just tax the winnings and transactions? It's all about the money in the end anyway. Maybe they can get that money. I waited about a year before I finally said, I can still play online poker, just not in the United States. So my options are Europe, Mexico, Thailand, or Canada. I had a few friends.
Let's try to guess where he went. He's probably not went that far, I say. So probably Mexico or Canada. But I go with Canada because it's... yeah, it's a lifestyle most comparable to US. That's my tip. Let's see.
Living in Canada, Vancouver specifically, not too far of a flight from Las Vegas. So I signed up for 6 months rent at a furnished 1-bedroom apartment in downtown Vancouver for $2,500 a month.
Well, that's expensive.
I left my house vacant in Las Vegas to travel to Vancouver with a couple suitcases because the US government said that if I click a mouse, I might lose a house. Yet, at the same time,
That's rhymes. Cool.
horse racing, the lotto, scratch-off tickets, sports betting, all these things were legal because they were heavily taxed and regulated. Not to mention alcohol and cigarettes, but we'll leave that for another video. I spent my 6 months in Vancouver.
He's a bit salty.
And I did quite well. I had a great time meeting new people. Downtown Vancouver, great city. Headquarters of Lululemon, my #1 favorite clothing brand.
Maybe it's good that you can't see it.
I discovered the delicacy that is poutine. Signed up on Match.com, so when I was grinding online, I was setting up a date with a local girl from Vancouver every night. So times are good. After 6 months,
Maybe the Tinder he's mentioning all the time is a real thing. But yeah, just joking. I mean, Tinder, I think. How long is Tinder a thing? Not sure.
Canada said it's time to leave. Went back home to Vegas for a few months and realized, hey, not much going on here. Let's go back to Vancouver. I rented another furnished apartment and grinded 9 to 5 pretty much every day. Got a girlfriend, made some more friends, ate some good food. But in the end, I didn't make much profit after all the living expenses.
Yeah. Okay, he didn't make much. Living expenses sound very expensive. If you have a house in the US and also pay 2.5k rent, and also, yeah, food and stuff is also not cheap, I guess.
Luckily for the US government, I still pay my taxes to them. As a professional poker player,
I think it's very hard as an American citizen to not pay your taxes to the US government. I think even if you leave the country, you still have to pay tax in the US. I mean, I think it doesn't seem fair to me if you have to pay in 2 states then, but yeah, whatever.
You file as a professional gambler. There is self-employment tax. There are some tax write-offs, deductions based upon your business, which is poker, travel, hotels, equipment. If you're a YouTube vlogger, there are some write-offs, but in the end, I'm not a tax professional. It's all about your wins versus your losses. So if I cash for 100,000 in tournaments in a given year and I lose 50,000, my net profit is 50,000 minus expenses. Different tax brackets, yada, yada, yada.
But you yada yada over the best part.
I think he is a billionaire. Great show, by the way.
Consult your CPA. Don't ask me for tax advice. Up until present, I've been mainly playing live and survived.
Okay, mainly live player now. I wonder, percentage-wise, how much tax you have to pay on your gambling expenses. Probably something like 30% or stupid amount like that.
As a professional tournament poker player, YouTube has provided me with some additional income through promotions, ACR, Raise Your Edge, affiliate deals.
Okay, I think he probably can live on YouTube alone. The affiliate links probably make more money than the ad revenue.
Make sure you check out all the links in my description for a greater understanding of.
Oh, he has a lot of links. Oh, okay.
All the offers and promo deals that I have available. These affiliate links really help.
Planning on buying a Tesla, so that's very poker related.
The channel, and you can probably save some money if you're looking to buy a new Tesla. You want to sign up for a
That's not how a Tesla looks, at least as far as I know.
Training course. You want to sign up on ACR. I have like 20 different affiliate links. Check them out. I get a lot of questions on Instagram, Twitter, jeffboski.com. You can check out the contact form if you ever want to hit me up. When viewers ask me for advice on becoming a professional poker player, I always say the same thing. Don't.
Okay, this is very good advice for 99% of people who think about getting professional poker player. Becoming a professional poker player was correct, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, it depends on the level you are playing at, but I personally didn't learn that much from this video, but yeah, let me know in the comments if you learned something. And yeah, signing off. Good luck at the tables. Do all the good, healthy YouTube things. I guess most people will watch this on YouTube, as I have not many people watching right now. Yeah, until later. Bye-bye.